Afternoon, YouTubers. Kevin here from SF-RATON-NZ. First of all, I'd like to let it known that the parcel arrived from America, and it was really neat to receive, and it had vouchers. It had a voucher, it had transfers like stickers like that in it. It also had the byways and highways, highways and byways article, and actually very impressed with it. Looking forward to putting it down on the layout. When I do, I'll put a photo in about it. And also for the covered grain hopper. Thank you very much, Vinny, and those that were helping him with the competition. It was very much appreciated. I will take pride and place on my layout when I finish doing a lot of structural work. And just a quick shout out to that have been inspirational to me in this channel, and I've said it on my intro years back, is CSX Mad in Australia, Robert, and then you have BNS 6951 cousin Vinny. But one person who really was a great inspiration for me is Mr. Dick Ratto, who has a huge prototype model railroad of the Raton Mountain Pass in New Mexico, and in fact he featured in the Model Railroader magazine in 2010, and a picture of his layout. This is the same book that I used to get the inspiration for building the bridge, and that's that bridge there. And it was really neat to get in touch with him and to speak with him, and in the process of communication and looking at his layout on other video channels, and he sent me some information on the track plan of Santa Fe, and these are what I use for my work. I'm going to do a little bit of a scan of areas that I posted, which was in a slideshow of the swing gate, and I just want to show you that since I did the video with the photos, I've actually now added lighting up underneath to enhance it out, and I've added some figures down there. There's a gentleman sitting on the rocks there, and then way back here by the lake there's a person sitting at the lake and a person on the rock in there. So that's in the bottom part, and that one is Apache, the tail end of Apache Canyon, and as it goes through that opening there, it goes into Lamy and then comes out over there. The other level of the swing gate, and you saw the photos of it, and I've added now cows into it and a bit of other texture, and also over here where the house is, I've added a person with his garden, and in the tree up there there's a little girl swinging and some little girls there and some horses. So I just tried to make a bit of a detail to it. I'm not going to put any wire or string on the posts. I'm going to leave it as it is. Then the very top layer, which is this one up in here, comes out from comes out of Raton in there, comes through here and goes into Glorietta, which is in that little hole over there. On this one here, I wanted to make it so that it looked like perception of distance, and I used a photo background to get a house and a farm area way back against the hills to give the illusion that from the track to there is quite a distance, and the distance in actual fact is probably about 150 millimeters from the edge of the rail. So I'm really pleased how that's turned out. When planning details for Morororo, the booklet that was sent to me by Mr. Rato is outline track plans of the Santa Fe Accent Pica railway system. And if you have a look in this one here, it says to Albuquerque there, and in this corner up here it's got to Las Vegas, and there is Lamy. Now there's another name there that I can't pronounce, sorry, but with this information, if I was to follow that exactly in the layout configuration of my layout at the moment, it would be back to front. In fact, it would end up looking like that. So with a bit of modeller's license, you come out of the bottom end of Apache Canyon, you go through that gap in there, and it comes out over here. And this comes into Lamy. Now I'm planning that this part in here will come through and the whole of Lamy will take place in this area here. Excuse the junk, but that's where it'll be. And in that top corner up there, I'm planning to put a drive-in movie theatre, but the drive-in movie theatre was at Las Vegas, which should have been at the other end, and that's where the cattle yards would be. But because I wanted to have it so that main Lamy be in this section right here in the middle in the layout, it looking like that, so I could incorporate a track going back up through there behind the hills to give a short spur to Santa Fe. This is the main line coming in to Lamy, and it'll branch off into it. So therefore I decided in this area I'd build the cattle yards. So it was a space that would probably not get used, but it's a space that has to have me the ability to get under to the bottom level, which is down underneath here, which is the bottom of LA. So what I did was I designed it so that all of this could be lifted out. So these come out, the train can go around to there, these come out, and I can actually pick up this whole section here, and that gives me access under the board for the layout. So when it's all finished and it's all landscape and it's got dirt and grass and shrubbery and everything on it, it'll come out a lot easier. And this part of the cattle prod which fits into there will actually be attached to this, so when it lifts out, it'll all lift out together. And then this is the next one. This one here will be in for the loading bay, so I can have the I can do 3 wagons at each time. So if I put that one back in there, I can load it in from that side. Same with this one, when I put it in, it gives me a loading in through there. And then this one, if I wanted to, I can load in on one side or go out onto the other. So I can go in on this, in through here to this door, or come out on this one here. Then my truckers and cattle trucks and trailers, they could park back in here if I get it to work right, so they'll sit like that. Cattle pens on, so cattle can go in through this one or into this one, into the scene. The only thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut the track here and possibly cut it here, because this section can come out too, but we'll see what happens. But all that inspiration and all those ideas come out of these track plans that I got from Mr. Rato. So hopefully it won't be exactly the same, because I don't have the space of the room. If I had an awesome basement with plenty of room, I'd love to build that whole little section scene there. And as you can see, Apache Canyon comes, river comes in, a creek comes in around through here. So I'm going to build that coming in off here and around and down. They're going to put a pump house here to supply water to Lammy. And one of the things on Google Earth is I found that some of the old buildings still exist, like the church. And then you have this beautiful house, which is where people can go and get souvenirs and bits and pieces. And then this fantastic, I love it, it's really nice house over here. And I've just put them photos onto hardboard. And when I build the landscape up and put it into place, then it'll look all right. And I will follow the mountain or the hills all up through here and around, down through the back here, and all the way down till we hit to where the drive-in theatre is. And that'll end up giving the illusion that Lammy has a lot of area to it. I've still yet to work out the room and space, but if I do, in this corner I'm looking at putting a drive-in theatre, but because the curves I've got to try and get in there to keep them at least between 24 and 27 inch radius, it will cut down on a bit of real estate in that corner. But what I've been thinking is, if I make the drive-in movie screens here, put the fence around here, the entranceway partly on here and also on that wall, but on this side in here, draw back, following off from the horizontal plane, the other side of the drive-in theatre, to give the illusion that it's quite a big space, but it'll only be just a drawing. That is my plan, but that all depends on how I go about finishing at the far end doing this, and then eventually that will bring me into Albuquerque.